it to me.
Okay. The pitch is, I wish us as a community to come together to explore community healing in a context much like Theatre of the Oppressed and Theatre in the Round. Theatre of the Oppressed is where communities come together and they share the challenges that they face. So if it's the oppression of women, it gives space for women to express what's happening with them. If it's men, they have the chance to express how they feel challenged. With the use of clowns that can represent sacred archetypes that enable us to find out who it is on the stage by what we feel, who we resonate with, and do our own healing through the witnessing of patterns that we often find ourselves caught in. With the use so it would start out a bunch of clowns downtown rallying up attention and directing themselves over towards a circular stage, likely at a city square. I have one in mind too. And there'd be some chalk artists who would make this beautiful ring. It would be a sacred space to be present to, just for the visual beauty. And they come, they're searching for the stage and inviting everyone to find it with them. And they're searching for a story, not just one. It's a story that it's the stories that are untold, the ones that many people who feel very sensitive about how they feel around these things don't share them because they're so tender, and it's something that can be involving a deep aspect of the community. For example, like how men can feel emotionally oppressed and repressed because it's not a space that has really been invited for men to fill that space so much. Creates a dependency on the nurturing, often women, to be there to support us men. And just, women with an outward power, blah, 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 blah. We all know about that. And still, it needs to be said more, as much as it needs to be heard until it's right. The private space, the secondary space, we'll be handing out flyers and inviting people to come back to a private studio where we'll also have another stage. Maybe it's circular, maybe it's not. I'm not sure about that. Whatever works. And there we can go into the really deep stuff, the stuff that children can't be present for necessarily. Using projected visuals, electronic, organic music that can flow and just go into whatever direction it needs to, and us to ride our emotions and our presence and our intentions, holding really strong intention on healing, not just as individuals, but healing as a community. Because at that point, when we're all tuned in together, we become one living entity, and we're healing that living entity when we go there. And by getting everyone in the audience to be aware of this, that they're part of it when they really listen and take it into their heart, they can also be a part of it. They will be a part of it by holding space for the beauty and the brilliance of even in the people that they perceive as the darkest, the oppressors. No matter who it is, they can hold space for them to heal and see that beauty in someone that they may never have seen that beauty before. That's what I wish to see grow, not just in this city, but many. And I think David Data may have been doing some work with that already. They mentioned that in the film thing I went to. Any questions?
When you said they come back to the space, do they immediately come back to the space, or they're invited back to the space at some other time?
Well, however it flows, it may be handing out flyers for that evening where the stories that present themselves, the clowns will go into. And there'll be many different kinds of clown. You can have your oppressor clown, your angry clown, who has so much anger inside. And he's a fucking warrior. Or it could be she's a fucking warrior in whatever ways that we do battle. And they're always finding themselves in conflict. And they're good at conflict because they've always found themselves in conflict. And yet, then you have your innocent clowns. Clowns who are throwing rose petals on the ground for everyone to walk on, making the world more beautiful. They've been served a very beautiful and delicate presence, and they're so precious in how they can hold so much light to inspire that light in us. You have your powerful, you have your oppressor clowns who are like, go over there and do that. This is what we need to do. And what they do is they bring people together. They're like, let's go do this. And granted, they can be bossy, but what they're also doing is they're inviting. They're inviting people into the game, into the play. And that is so very important that we all join together. Yet, we also need to explore the leadership that we all do explore. Often, it goes unnoticed. That's about it, I think.
And your name is? And your contact info is?
People call me Howler, and you can email me at ledenwood@hotmail.com. That's LEDINWOOD. Or my phone number is 778-886-6723.
Do you think you would like to have the Cosmic Orgasm sponsor this art project?
Cosmic Orgasm sounds juicy.
That's the web TV network
that'd be awesome. Any contributions? I mean, you have a lot of experience and wisdom that definitely has its place. Ian Dakers.
Elijah.
Elijah?
Yeah.
Elijah. Sorry. Beautiful name.